It's Friday. It's Friday, December 12th. It's 12/12/2014. It's 20 minutes after 7 o'clock in the morning. Thank you for tuning in. A little bit warmer than it has been the last couple of mornings. In fact, it is exactly 40 degrees. 40 degrees here. Wow, went down a little bit. All right, Robin, how you doing?
Good, Larry. How are you? Good morning.
It's Friday. Tomorrow's the Christmas parade.
Yes,
everybody's in the Christmas spirit. We've got Christmas music everywhere we turn, and the mall, and we'll be doing some today in the mall, plus over at one of the nursing homes in town.
Yeah, exactly. We have double booking today.
And our friend Doug Smith. Doug Smith is with us. Doug Santa Claus Smith. It's your middle name. It's your middle name now. Good morning, Doug.
Yep.
Good morning, Larry.
We got a good show today, I hope. 7:35. Oh, this is a fun topic. I hope it's fun for everybody.
Okay.
It was fun for me to put together. I really don't remember the 50s. I was too young. Mm-hmm. But I'm going to do this like every now and then between now and Christmas. I'll take a decade at a time.
Okay.
So Christmas in the 50s.
Okay, excellent.
What it was like. The foods we were eating. The gifts we were giving. The decorations we were decorating with.
Yeah.
They're not the same as today.
No, I still have some of those decorations from the 50s.
I sort of kind of remember them because even though, like I say, I turned 5 years old in 1960, so my birth was the beginning of my life was the last 5 years of that decade.
Yeah.
But the stuff that my parents had was left over. So I was kind of aware of some of the things. But anyway, it's kind of a fun topic, the toys especially, because I don't know, it just kind of reminds you that, gosh, we really were entertained by pretty simple things.
Yeah, we were.
So anyway, 7:35, I'm looking forward to doing that with you. It's Friday. I thought I would lighten up a bit, even though yesterday we were pretty light.
Yeah.
even though we just passed this $1 trillion budget, whatever, $1.1 trillion. Mm-hmm. Do you know, if we're going to debate anything, I would like to debate, I don't know how anybody feels about this, but there was a proposal to move the decimal point over 1.
Oh.
Or 3.
Oh.
No, move it over 3.
Yep.
Well, if you move it over 3, let me think about this for a second here, and you make $10 an hour, let's say, then you would make $1, no, and then 10 cents, and then 1 cent. So you basically would make 1 cent an hour.
Yeah. Right, exactly.
How could you move it over 3 points?
I know. That's ridiculous.
Yeah, anyway.
If you're a cost accountant, good cost accountants know that they mark up, the items 300%.
See, what
all the
they're trying to get, they're trying to get away from that word trillion. They're trying to go back to billion.
Yeah,
you'd have to move.
Happen.
You'd have to move it 3 points for it to be a billion again, right?
Yep. They need a good account.
It's a semantic argument, really. It's not a money argument. It's a semantic argument. What to call it?
Sure.
It's kind of like getting rid of the penny.
That's right. Exactly.
All right, 8:35 this morning. News Bites. We'll take the news from around the world, around the nation, around the state, and we'll shorten it and deliver it that way. That's why we call it News Bites, and that's all there is to it. Jim George comes in on Fridays. It makes Friday fun and special, and he's the owner of American Cable Services. And I don't know, Robin, we would talk about the hottest gifts a couple of times on the air the last couple of weeks, I guess. And many of those hot gifts require some kind of a connection to the internet, to cable, etc.
Yep, and Jim knows. Jim's an expert on this.
Jason Wright is coming on at 9:35. He's got a book called The James Miracle. It is a Christmas-themed discussion.
Yep.
He is the author of another book you might be more familiar with called The Christmas Jars. It was kind of his big home run grand slammer. He also wrote the Wednesday letters. Kelly Hart at 10:05. She's the executive editor of Ocala magazine, and she'll be in the studio with her
hopefully.
Information.
Yep.
Catherine Miles is an award-winning science writer and a contributor to Outside magazine. She has also written a book called Superstorm, 9 Days Inside Hurricane Sandy.
Yeah, fascinating book.
Looking forward to hearing about that. Diane Nens is a practicing audiologist and is going to tell us how to raise the level of awareness of hearing loss and the potential dangers of earbuds. You're going to buy something for somebody in your family this Christmas season that requires earbuds.
Yeah.
Are earbuds worse than headphones?
Yeah, she'll answer that question.
Yeah, she will.
Yeah.
It's a good point.
Yeah, she will.
So we're going to do that. Fun with Joe today. We're doing like Christmas stuff, I guess. It's kind of obvious. And we've been doing the Rudolph and Santa stuff. Well, today, Christmas trivia from the Bible.
Oh, nice.
The Bible story version of Christmas, which is, of course, the important one.
Exactly.
Right? And so I have trivia based on the Bible telling of the birth of Jesus.
Yeah.
And on the Galen segment, I don't know what we're doing with the Galen. I guess I had to put something together.
Yeah.
I guess I forgot to do that.
He came in last Friday with his son and Caleb. It was so nice having them both in the studio. It was just a wonderful, enjoyable time last Friday.
Well, and by the way, my segment with the 50s, I will have a segment with the 60s, 70s, 80s, and 90s. Yeah.
Yeah, you said that earlier. You said the decades. You're going to choose one.
I repeated myself.
Decade. That's okay.
All right, see a couple things in the news. So today, tomorrow's the parade.
I pay attention.
Tomorrow's the parade, and we'll be out there. The parade starts at McPherson, as you know, and it goes down Silver Springs Boulevard, then turns right on Northeast 8th Avenue?
Yep, Northeast 8th Avenue.
And ends at 9th Street, I think.
Yes.
I don't know.
Yep,
So.
Northeast 9th
I've never
Street.
stood on that stretch. I've never watched the parade along 8th Avenue.
Oh, yeah, by the time they turn onto Northeast 8th Avenue, they're starting to wind down and...
They're all tuckered out?
Yeah, that's where their pickup vehicles are and everything.
Oh, really? Some of them don't go the whole way?
Pardon?
Some of them don't go the whole way?
Yeah, well, that's the end of the parade. As soon as you turn onto Northeast 8th Avenue and march like a block or so, then, that's the end of it.
No, according to the map on their website, it goes to 9th Street.
Oh, okay. I'm wrong then. Okay, I was thinking about years past when
maybe,
I marched alongside the units, and then we had to pick them up and stuff like that.
Imagine spending your entire career searching for something buried somewhere inside the earth.
Oh, wow.
And then the federal government seizes your discovery when you find it.
Gosh.
Imagine that.
Golly.
That is exactly what happened to a paleontologist. Did you hear this story?
No, I did not.
Peter Larson is his name. He found himself in that predicament after he and his team unearthed a nearly complete Tyrannosaurus Rex skeleton.
Isn't that awesome?
Now, this went back in 1990.
Uh-huh.
Preserved in the earth for 67 million years in South Dakota.
That is pretty amazing.
And the government wants it.
Of course they do. The government wants everything.
The federal government has seized the T-Rex.
I bet they have.
What is wrong with them?
I know. They're so stupid. They really are. The government doesn't want anybody to have it.
You found it, and we're going to take it.
Yeah. You spent your money to find it.
Yeah, you did that.
Yeah.
Well, they can't offer him a deal. I'll make you a deal. We'll pay you whatever.
Yeah, exactly.
He can say thanks or no thanks. Yeah, sure. Here you go. Hand me over the money. You got it.
Yeah, but
you got some paleontologists on the government, payroll. Mm-hmm. Good. They can discover what we need to discover about these bones. Maybe they'll tell us something. Who knows what they tell us?
Yeah, exactly.
You can piece it together and put it in. I'm sure it would have ended up in a museum anyway.
Oh, certainly. But gosh, we should get a campaign going with T-shirts.
You know the reason why?
The T-Rex.
I do not know the reason why. Do you know, Doug?
Yes. It's because they just don't want the public to find out the secret, what their government do know.
Uh-huh. And what do they know? I love Doug's explanations.
It's because of about the UFOs and everything.
Yeah.
They want to keep that a secret away from us.
Wait a minute. You said UFOs? Did T-Rex fly in a UFO?
No. But what I'm saying is that's all different.
Yeah. I'm not sure what you're saying. Why doesn't the government want them to have it?
Why?
Yeah.
It's because they want to keep T-Rex.
Fox News Radio, I'm Steve Rappaport. The House narrowly approving a spending bill despite complaints from both sides.
There were these two provisions in the bill that dealt with increasing dramatically the amount of money that people can contribute to political campaigns in an election year, and also on some banking regulations that Democrats did not like.
Fox's Chad Pergram.
There was a lot of erosion on the Republican side of the aisle. Republicans who didn't like the fact that the GOP was not fighting on immigration.
Lawmakers passed a stopgap to fund the government through tomorrow night. A powerful storm soaking California.
In Northern California, more than 250,000 customers lost power as high waves slammed into waterfronts. Businesses and schools remain closed in many areas. The strength of the storm is unusual for this time of year.
Fox's Claudia Cowan. CIA Director John Brennan defending enhanced interrogations, but admits mistakes were made in some cases. Fox News. We report, you decide.
Fox News Early Prime, breaking down business news and its impact on your bottom line. Your World with Neil Cavuto.
That's how I do business. That's why I am business.
Bold positions and brash opinions on the topics America is buzzing about. The Five.
How do you think this will set in with the American people?
This will be the pulse of the nation.
Washington insight and political know-how from the best in the Beltway. Special report with Brett Baer.
The epicenter of the political world is here.
The number one place for fair and balanced coverage. Fox News Channel.
What's wrong with working hard to make our lives and our kids' lives better? Nothing. At Fox Business, we don't have a problem with success. We have a very big problem with those who get in the way of it. We don't come out of the box bashing those who make money, just the politicians stealing it and the bureaucracies wasting it. We're not just sitting behind a desk. We're out in the field, on the floor, with the folks. Because when a story moves forward, so do we.
Fox Business, the power to prosper. Check your local listings.
Hey, this is Matt Gibbs from Sunrise Auto Repair and Crossroad Auto Sales. Here to remind you that the holiday season is upon us. And while you're out shopping for those gifts, you're going to be demanding more from your vehicle. So don't forget to get your vehicle a Christmas gift too. Low tires can be dangerous and cause poor fuel economy. Dirty air filters can rob your engine of performance. And dirty oil can shorten the life of your vehicle's engine. Stop by Sunrise Auto for a fresh oil change and a free 30-point inspection so you can keep on holiday shopping with confidence. A gift card from Sunrise Auto also makes a great gift for friends and family. From oil changes to engine replacements, yes, we do that. And if it's time for a newer vehicle, we have a great selection of quality used vehicles to choose from with our in-house financing available. So stop in today at 1800 Northwest 10th Street or call for an appointment 690-1993. From all of us here at Sunrise Auto and Crossroad Auto Sales, have a very Merry Christmas.
Hi, I'm Leah Caruso with Strive Rehabilitation, inviting you to join me Thursday at 11 a.m. for Health Matters. Ocala Health and Strive have teamed up to bring you the latest information on good health services available to you right here at home. This vital information will help you make informed decisions about your health. So don't forget to join me here at 11 a.m. Thursday. It's news you can use from Ocala Health, Strive, and your friends here at WOCA.
Saturday mornings at 9 a.m. right here on The Source, WOCA. Don't miss Planning for a Better and Safer Retirement with your hosts, Francois Cousinet and Julianne Cousinet. They'll be giving you information about your retirement funds and answering your questions with live call-in. So don't miss it, Saturdays from 9 a.m. till 10 a.m. Planning for a Better and Safer Retirement right here on The Source, WOCA 96.3 FM and 1370 AM.
Now is the time to go to your local Kubota dealer and get great financing on a brand new, powerful, feature-loaded Kubota Standard L-Series tractor during our Gear Up and Go sales event. If you're thinking about a rugged tractor with a cab for year-round comfort, then a new Kubota has your name on it. With a smooth-running engine, choice of transmissions, and spaciousness beyond expectation, your Kubota dealer is the place to start. Right now, get your own Kubota L-Series tractor for 0 down and 0% financing for up to 60 months. So for a great deal, think orange at the Kubota Gear Up and Go sales event. For more information or to find a participating dealer, go to KubotaDealersOfFlorida.com.
0 down, 0% APR financing for terms up to 60 months on selected equipment now through December 31st, 2014. Not available for rental national accounts or government customers. 0% APR low rate financing not available with instant rebate offers. Financing available through Kubota Credit Corporation USA subject to credit approval. Other exceptions may apply. For more information, call toll-free 1-888-465-8268.
The weather is brought to you by myfwc.com. Safe boating is no accident. A nice day today with sunshine and a few clouds, the high 63 to 67. Tonight will be clear and chilly with a low of 34 in the coldest inland spot to about 48 along the coast. Tomorrow partly sunny and mild, the high 65 to 69. And for Sunday, mostly sunny with a high of 66 to 70. From the Florida Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Joe Lundberg.
All right, 25 minutes before 8 o'clock. My cue is absolutely missing. I don't know what I did to my headphones. I don't hear anything in my headphones, but I'm on the air, right? So I guess that's all that matters. All right, we had a couple of comments during the break regarding that dinosaur. One of them was, I like this one. We should take those 3D printers and replicate that T-Rex entirely, and then give the government the plastic ones.
That's a good idea.
Let the paleontologists keep the other ones.
Yeah, that's a great
I don't
idea.
hear myself at all in my headset.
I can hear you coming through the radio, which is good.
Which is the important part, right?
So at least that's
important
happening.
part, right? Yeah.
And now I have a ringing in my headphones that wasn't there earlier.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's
I must have hit
high-pitched
something.
ringing in my headphones.
I must have hit something that made me not able to hear us. What did I do wrong? We need an engineer in here. Anyway, we're on the air. I guess that's the important part.
Yeah,
I can see the things moving. That's the important part.
Yeah, and I can hear it.
So anyway, the problem with the suggestion to do the 3D printer is this. It's kind of old news. This happened. I don't know why it's in the news today, but it was in the 90s, in November 1993. I guess that there was an indictment to take the T-Rex away from the paleontologist.
Gosh.
And so it's in Chicago, I guess. It's on display in Chicago. There was an interesting part of this, though. The entire town of Hill City, South Dakota, was in mourning when they took the dinosaur away, according to the Black Hills Institute office manager, Marion Zenker.
I bet they were.
It took days for the federal agents to load up the bones of T-Rex. Anyway, so. And Doug, I didn't cut you off before. What happened was we went to the news.
Yeah.
So you wanted to finish, because I want to talk about Christmas in the 50s.
All right.
Go ahead. You want to just say the government is afraid of you because you know something, you said, right?
Yes.
Okay.
It's because the DNA in the bone will create more Bigfoots.
More big feet.
Bigfoot.
Bigfoots. No, foot. The plural of foot is feet.
Yes.
So the plural of Bigfoot is big feet.
Right.
Okay, good.
And then.
So they're going to create big feet from T-Rex? Well, T-Rex has
the DNA.
I thought Bigfoot had hair.
Yes.
And T-Rex scaly?
No, they take the DNA from the bears.
Oh, they mixed the bears with the T-Rex.
Yes.
Okay. All right, let's go to the 50s. You ready to go back in time?
I am set to go back in time.
I don't hear myself. This is the craziest thing.
I know.
Do you not hear yourself either?
Let's see. Okay, now I have my ears on, but it's I have to turn this thing up really high.
What the heck?
To hear it through my headphones. I don't know.
In the 1950s, television changed a lot of things, and it changed the way we celebrated Christmas. Now, I was born after TV was already invented, so I didn't feel that change. But those who lived in the 50s saw that change. Rationing ended in 1954. Did you know that?
No, I didn't. Gosh, that was
after the
pretty...
war, rationing was still going on until 1954.
Really? I didn't know that.
And that meant that Christmas of 1955 was the more abundant of the previous years in that decade. Some things were still hard to come by. Exotic foods, like a banana. A banana was hard to come by in the mid-50s.
Oh, my.
Coconut was hard to come by in the mid-50s.
Gosh.
Is that amazing?
That is amazing.
I have a call coming. Will I be able to hear the call without my headset working?
I don't know. We'll have to wait and see.
What could I possibly have hit that made the headphones turn off?
I don't know. It must be something
How are we going to do our
internal.
interviews if I can't hear anybody?
I know.
What did I hit that made this go off?
I don't know.
Hello. All right. Well, anyway, so those are some things. After a shortage during World War II, real Christmas trees were once again widely available. A lot of people in the early 50s didn't have real Christmas trees. In fact, they didn't have any because they didn't have artificial trees yet either.
No. Well, I don't know. Did they have artificial in the 50s?
Not yet. I'm coming to that.
Oh, okay.
I'm coming to that.
Okay.
Yeah, they did in the 50s, but not in the early 50s.
Oh, okay.
More than 31 million Christmas trees, real Christmas trees, were sold in America for Christmas of 1954.
Gosh.
which was before that. There weren't, for some reason. Now, why wouldn't there be trees? You would think there's trees everywhere.
Yeah, my folks always had a tree.
And people are resourceful. If they wanted a tree, they found a tree.
Exactly.
I'm sure they went for a drive, or they got their cousin Eddie who has a truck, and they went for a drive somewhere and cut down a tree somewhere, somehow.
Especially in Wisconsin. I mean, they're very abundant. So you go out and cut your own tree down.
Yeah.
Very abundant.
Wish I knew what I did to make these headsets stop working. After a shortage during World War II, let's see, in the 1950s, the emergence of the man-made fibers, such as plastic, revolutionized the world of Christmas decorations. Artificial Christmas trees were bigger than ever before. Not bigger in size, but bigger selling,
That's one thing I do have, and my mom has, is the original first plastic Christmas that was made in the 50s. I have 2 reindeer. My mother has 2. From my grandmother, of course. So those are 2 items we do have here. I don't think it's anything you did. It just must be something in the board.
Something just stopped working, yeah.
Yeah,
I don't know what
it's
it
done
could
that before, too.
Has it really?
Something happened before inside the board.
All right. I'm being distracted by the fact that the headphones aren't working. So artificial trees were selling a lot. Woolworths produced fake trees made from a new fabric called nylon.
Oh, boy.
I know you think of nylon as a stocking, but I guess it was used in a different form. They were able to make trees 8 feet tall out of nylon, and they were being sold at Woolworths back in the 50s.
Isn't that something?
Wow. In the 1950s, candles were still used to decorate the Christmas tree. Now, I don't remember candles on a tree. Do you?
Me either.
Not on my tree, but my mother's grandmother's tree. They still had candles.
Electric lights were beginning to take over where the candles were. A favorite electric light was a bubble light. It was a candle-shaped light that was filled with liquid, which would bubble and glow. I do remember this.
Yeah, my grandmother had those.
Do you remember that one?
I do remember that one. Yeah, that was really pretty.
Dan, help me out here. I don't have any headset at all. What the heck could I have done?
Do you want another thing here? Do you want to switch your...
No, it's not the headset.
adapter?
The headset works.
Oh, okay.
The headset, because I can push a button and hear my cue.
Oh, okay.
But I can't hear what we're doing on the air. I can only hear off the air, which is weird. In the previous decades, families huddled around the radio for their Christmas Day entertainment, but television had become very popular in the 50s, so many people bought a TV set. Many people bought their first TV set. You know why? In 1953, the Queen had her coronation.
Okay.
So they bought it for that, but her speech was broadcast without pictures.
Oh my gosh.
Her first Christmas speech was first broadcast on TV without pictures in 1955. The new Queen herself didn't appear on TVs on Christmas Day until 1957.
Isn't that something? Well, it's the technology. They had to do something to make sure the pictures
At that time, the BBC, not any network in the United States, the BBC had a monopoly on the airwaves, but that changed when ITV launched here in America in 1955. On Christmas Day of 1955, viewers faced a choice between the commercial channel's flagship Sunday Night at the Palladium and Bird in Hand, a comedy starring Terry Thomas on the BBC.
Oh, I've got to ask my mother about that and see what they chose.
Those are your 2 choices.
Yeah, gosh.
As far as music goes, the first official singles chart began in 1952.
Gosh.
And I know. I think there was a chart in the 40s.
I thought so.
The crooner Dickie Valentine hit the Christmas #1 spot in 1955 with a song called Christmas Alphabet.
Oh, not familiar with that.
Another party tune was Rock Around the Clock by Bill Haley and the Comets, which charted in November of that year. We'll take a little break, and we'll be right back. We've got weather, etc. We'll be right back.
The weather is brought to you by myfwc.com. Safe boating is no accident. A nice day today with sunshine and a few clouds, the high 63 to 67. Tonight will be clear and chilly with a low of 34 in the coldest inland spot to about 48 along the coast. Tomorrow, partly sunny and mild, the high 65 to 69. And for Sunday, mostly sunny with a high of 66 to 70. From the Florida Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Joe Lundberg.
Hi, Danny Warfel here. Get moving with Florida Credit Union's fast and easy loan approval process.
Let Florida Credit Union start up a new car loan for you today. No more waiting, hassles, or stop signs. You can even apply online. With a strong financial team behind you, you can enjoy great rates and fast approvals.
It's all about personalized service and a streamlined process.
Florida Credit Union, connecting your money to your life.
I'm Major George Patterson from the Salvation Army. Please stop by our family store at 120 Northwest 10th Street in Ocala, where on Wednesday you have a 50% off clothing and bric-a-brac. On Friday, 25% off furniture and large appliances. And on Saturday, stop by to our yard sale from 8:45 to 11. Donations can be made by calling 352-732-4469 and we'll pick it up. Funds from the store go toward the services that we provide in Marion County.
Experience Christmas at Gaylord Palms, November 15th through January 4th with Ice, featuring the Nutcracker. Relive your favorite scenes from the classic ballet, hand-carved in more than 2 million pounds of ice sculptures and slides. Enjoy a special bonus area, the Frostbite Factory, and watch artisans from Harbin, China carve amazing ice sculptures before your eyes. Your awe-inspiring experience concludes with the wonder of the Nativity in Ice. For tickets and packages, visit christmas@gaylordpalms.com.
News Talk 1370, WOCA invites you to discover your full business potential. News Talk Radio is the perfect environment for your advertising. WOCA's News Talk format pinpoints information-hungry, better educated, high-income adults, so use us to talk to them. Call 732-8000, 732-8000. We're Ocala News Talk Radio. News Talk 1370, WOCA.
Hey, I'm Gary. And I'm Eric. Did you know that Red Eye Radio is on WOCA The Source every night from 2 to 6 a.m. and it's live?
That's right. No tape shows here.
We know that the news doesn't sleep.
And neither do we. So we're here with you live from 2 till 6 a.m. every weekday. Call us 866-90-RED-EYE. So join me, Gary McNamara.
And me, Eric Harley, every weeknight to discuss the latest in news and entertainment.
Right here on WOCA The Source.
All right, this is weird without headphones. 12 minutes before 8 o'clock. Gosh, I hope we're doing it right, Robin. It's so hard. You know, it's so important to be able to monitor what you're doing here. And can't monitor it. Thank goodness we got the visual. I can see your voice when you speak.
Yeah.
All right, so we're kind of remembering, not really remembering in our case because we were a little bit too young to remember the 50s clearly, although some of the things that we're talking about I kind of can relate to because I remember, you know, the leftovers, I guess you would say, by the time I was aware of what the world was doing in the 60s. Mm-hmm. And I apologize for not going to the phone. I just don't think I'll be able to hear you. Let me try it. If I can hear you, I will. Good morning, you there?
Hello?
See, Hugh's there.
I
can hear Hugh on the speaker
radio.
out there.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I can't hear him in my headset, so I can't communicate with him. Oh, wow.
Gosh, this is bad.
How did that happen? I must have hit a button accidentally.
I don't know.
You need an engineer. You just have an engineer in the other room.
Yeah.
Just have him come in here.
Yeah. Well, Dan's probably on his way right now.
All right, let me tell you about the food of the 50s. Turkey was relatively rare on the Christmas table due to its cost back in the 50s. Mm-hmm. So a lot of the meat that was eaten on Christmas Day was chicken or duck.
Oh.
Do you remember that at all?
I do. My mom always made duck.
Homemade Christmas puddings were very popular. Mm-hmm. Mrs. Peak was doing a roaring trade in her ready-made puddings. I guess that was a brand name of puddings. A 1-pound pudding would cost, oh my gosh, $2.06. Is that right?
Gosh.
While many of us think nothing of opening a bottle of wine on Christmas Day, in 1955, wine was seen as a middle-class drink. You didn't want to be in the middle class.
Heaven forbid.
So many families would drink beer with their Christmas dinner instead.
And everybody thought beer was a step down.
So middle class, wait a minute. So yeah, is middle class supposed to be looking down or looking up? Whoa, we're going to have some beer.
Yeah.
I don't want to be those snooty middle classers.
No.
I got a list of some of the toys in just a second that I want to share with you. But there was actually a scarcity of toys because of the war, which was just a decade earlier. Sometimes we forget that, right?
Mm-hmm.
Shops like Woolworths were now doing big business selling a wide variety of toys for the first time in like 8 years. Die-cast toys were very popular during the 50s, with Corgi and Matchbox leading the way.
My brother still has all of his Matchbox cars from the 50s.
They were well made, but also portable and relatively inexpensive to buy. Yeah, I remember them too. I was a big fan. I love my Matchbox toys.
Yeah.
When my son was little, the rage was the
Micro Machines.
Micro Machines.
Yeah, Micro Machines. Those were fun.
Were they plastic? I can't remember.
Yeah, they were plastic. I think. I can't remember now.
The aircraft kit that was popular was called Airfix. It came out in 1955. They had a Spitfire model, which sold for $2, I guess. Was the most popular toy in Woolworths that year. TV also started to influence toys for the first time, which now they do that constantly. Popular gifts in 1955 included a Muffin the Mule puppet.
Don't remember that.
Muffin the Mule.
Who invented that?
And a Sooty Songster xylophone.
Oh, wow.
A Sooty Songster xylophone, very popular gift in the 1950s.
Gosh.
This is driving me nuts with this headphone thing.
Yeah. I can still hear you on the radio out there in the other room.
Well, that's the
so
important
at least
part,
you're
right?
still there, yeah.
Yeah. What am I supposed to be doing here?
Well, maybe we can turn the radio up, and then that's how we listen to the people talking.
Yeah, but it's delayed.
That'd be something.
All right.
I know, it's a delay.
Let's talk about the clothing that was being popular for Christmas of that decade. A lot of recycled clothing was making its rounds because of the war, clothing wasn't that easy to find. But in the 50s, it was a return to fashion. A nipped-in waist was the new silhouette, along with longer, fuller skirts. A nipped-in waist, right? If Christmas Day involved a trip to church or a visit to relatives, then accessories were essential, especially for you ladies. No well-groomed woman would have been seen without her gloves.
No, gloves were important.
Or a good leather handbag.
That's right.
Don't tell Peter.
And a fur.
Yeah, right. Don't tell
Real
Peter
fur
about that
with
either.
Little fox heads on them.
Right. Don't tell Peter.
Clips. Yep. I remember
Don't
those.
tell Peter. Peter
My
Cottontail.
mom and grandma were styling.
Oh, yeah. All right. Toys in the 50s. How are we going to hear Galen?
I know. I guess we'll just have to have a delay, and then we can hear him over the air.
There's probably a way to reboot this thing. I think Dan figured that out once before.
Yeah, I think he did. I forget now what he did.
Let me see if I can channel Dan. Just do it myself. I'll just get Dan's knowledge through my head.
Yeah.
All right. Some of the popular toys of the 1950s. Barbie was popular in the 50s. BB guns.
Yep.
The game Candyland, popular. Chinese checkers was a popular toy. Do you remember Chutes and Ladders?
Oh, I love that game. That was my most favorite.
Do you remember Color Forms? These are in alphabetical order, obviously.
Oh, those
Color
were
Forms?
fun. Didn't you like those?
I did. I know.
Those
it's
were
crazy.
fun.
It's hard. A kid today with Color Forms, oh, this is so boring.
Yeah, right.
I think they would find it boring. I'm not really sure. Cootie. Do you remember the Cootie bug?
Oh, yeah, we had one of those. Did you have one?
I did not have one.
That
no.
was a fun game.
A popular stocking stuffer in the 1950s was Crayola crayons.
Love my crayons.
Package of I bet you that's still popular.
I think so.
Crayola crayons.
Don't you love them?
The Davy Crockett products. There was a whole line of Davy Crockett products. The most popular item of the Davy Crockett items was...
Oh, your coonskin cap.
Coonskin cap.
Did you
yeah.
have one? You had one, right?
I did not have one, no.
You did not have a coonskin
No,
cap?
I don't remember having one. I had a sailor's, like a captain's hat.
Oh.
When I was a kid. I don't remember where the story behind that, but...
Oh, okay. I thought you had a picture with you and your cap.
The Bedford Pullmore Transporter. Whatever that is. Apparently very popular. Fuzzy Felts. Legos were popular in the 50s.
Yeah, remember Felts and Legos?
Yeah. Silly Putty was popular back in the 50s.
Yep.
Slinky made its debut in the 50s. Marble Tracks. What is that? Must be a game.
I don't know.
Let's see. Electric football. Do you remember electric football? A vibrating table?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you just plugged it in and you let your players go haphazard.
The erector set. Do you remember the erector set?
Yeah, Ronnie still has his.
Now, did this happen to anybody but me? Am I the only one this happened to? I built something with the erector set, and I called it an erection. And I was immediately told, don't call it that.
But it's true.
I know, but I didn't realize what I was saying wrong.
You were saying it right.
Look at the erection I made. No, don't call it that. It's a building. It's a building. You've erected a building.
Yes, erected.
Yeah. The Fisher-Price Little People were also popular. Mm-hmm. The Frisbee, another popular toy. Mr. Potato Head.
Oh, that was fun.
Now, somebody had a good idea with this thing. Let's make little plastic pieces. Mm-hmm. Noses, ears.
Yeah.
Now when they sell it, they come with a plastic potato. You don't use a real potato.
Right.
See, the kids, they don't get it. Mr. Potato Head.
Yeah, you used a real potato and you had all the accessories.
Right. And you could make Mr. Anything Head.
Yeah.
You can make Mr. Banana Head.
Yeah, an orange.
As long as your mother didn't mind you putting holes in her vegetables and fruit.
That's right.
You could not do Mr. P Head. The P was too small.
Yeah.
Let's see. Kiddie record players were popular. The little tiny, like suitcase-looking record players.
Oh, I had one of those. Did you?
I don't know. I don't remember. I think I had one later, like in my teens. Let's see. Lincoln Logs were popular. Lionel trains were popular. Mm-hmm. Mickey Mouse items were very popular. I guess Mickey Mouse was just getting started.
Yeah.
Right?
Well, the Mickey Mouse Club was then and everything on TV in black and white in the late 50s.
Yeah. Spinning tops. Remember those spinning tops? You pumped them, that thing on the top, you pumped the...
Oh, I love those. My dad had a ball with those.
It's funny, huh?
They were
It's
great.
funny you remember them real clearly.
Yeah, they were such fun because the reason they were fun is that you played with them with your family. You didn't just sit there in a corner and play the video game by yourself. You know, everybody was involved with the toys, so that's a big difference, I think.
Scrabble was a big game that year. I guess they bought a lot of Scrabble games, and And the Radio Flyer Wagon.
Oh, yeah.
Very popular. Radio Flyer. And Raggedy Ann.
Yeah.
Play-Doh was popular. Pogo sticks were popular. Parcheesi was a popular game. Pez, the Pez dispensers, they're still popular.
Yep.
Tiddlywinks was popular. Tonka trucks, all these things from the 50s.
Yeah, my brother still has
Oh,
his
and this
Tonkas.
one, I love this one. The Viewmaster.
Oh, yeah.
I used to love the Viewmaster.
Yeah.
You could look at the Viewmaster and you could pretend you were in Disneyland.
Yeah.
That was way before there was a Disney World.
That's right. That was fun. I bet
When
you
did
had a good
Disneyland open? I guess that was that. I mean, I'm remembering it from the 60s, so I don't know if the 50s is.
Might have been in the 50s, right? Because that was when the Mickey Mouse Club was on TV.
And Yahtzee was a popular game also that Christmas season. Or that decade. Not the whole season.
Yeah.
Anyway, skateboards were also popular. Skateboards. Do you remember skateboards when you were a kid? They were nothing like they are today.
No, they were skinny. And, you
I thought they were the ones I remember were homemade.
Yeah.
And, of course, my recollection is from the 60s, so.
Mm-hmm. Boy, what fun toys.
All right, those are the toys we have. All right, I can't hear the music in the background, but I can see that it's there, so we have to take a little break. Maybe we'll figure out how to fix these headphones before we come back. Then I can work properly and answer the phone. All right, we'll take a little break. If we can't hear through the headphones, I won't be able to have Galen on, which is a shame. All right, we'll take a little break. We'll be right back. This is The Source, WOCA.
Broadcasting from the Paddock Mall Studios, this is WOCA, Ocala, Gainesville, The Villages, 1370 AM, 96.3 FM, The Source.
Fox News Radio, I'm Joe Chiaro. Mudslide fears in Southern California. Heavy rain and powerful winds slamming the state.
I lifted my hands about waist deep in water.
She's in Sacramento where a man was struck by a car.
He got hit and ejected off to the side of the roadway, and he suffered some
traumatic injuries.
Highway Patrol Sergeant Matt McGinnity, thousands without power near Santa Barbara and other coastal areas. The Senate has 2 days to pass it or the government runs out of money. $1 trillion spending bill narrowly approved last night by the House. Senate Appropriations Committee Chair Barbara Mikulski.
We reached across the aisle and we reached across the Capitol dome. The House has done their job. Now I hope we do our job.
Some Democrats angry the measure loosens banking regulations. And California is battling the worst whooping cough epidemic in 7 decades. Fox News, we report, you decide.
Fox News on your time. The Fox News iPad app is ready to go with all the great features from FoxNews.com and our iPhone app optimized specifically for your iPad. Watch the latest clips from your favorite Fox News shows. Personalize the app by creating your own newscast using the video playlist. Listen to Fox News Radio live. Get local weather forecasts. And it's all free. Go to foxnews2go.mobi. That's foxnews2go.mobi.
Some people would call him a loser. He ran for state office. He was beaten. He started a business. He failed. He ran for Congress. He lost. He was nominated for vice president. He lost again. But he knew only those who never tried are the real losers. And Abraham Lincoln was no loser. Persistence. Pass it on. From the Foundation for a Better Life at values.com.
Hi, this is JP from Penn Flooring here in Ocala. I would like to invite you to come in and visit our spacious showroom where we have solutions for every style and budget. From wall-to-wall carpet to hardwood floors and tiles, we have an unsurpassed selection of flooring. At Penn Flooring, we've provided quality customer service with a family touch for over 25 years. Visit our website at pennflooring.com or come by our showroom, 1201 Southwest 17th Street, just over the bridge. Penn Flooring, quality customer service with a family touch.
Yes, it's that time of year again. Christmas Days at WOCA, and we are in the spirit of giving. What you need to do to win is call us when we ask you to, and we'll put your name in the drawing. Remember, you can only put your name in once. You may win a certificate from Pack Mail, or one from Ocala Utilities, or one from Downtown Jewelry and Pawn of Bellevue, or Dance Alive, or... So listen to put your name in, and listen to win on WOCA, The Source.
Look who just walked in the room. Joel Wiesner from What's Up Ocala. Hey, Joel, I'm looking for something to do this weekend. You got any ideas?
Absolutely. Check out our event calendar online at www.whatsupocala.com, and there is plenty of events there for you. Daily news updates to event reviews and magazine articles.
Really?
We've organized it all in one place online for you to cut through all of the hassle of finding something to do this weekend. We have a daily event calendar, a bi-monthly magazine, and we also do daily news articles.
All right, Joel, that's perfect. Thanks so much.
Yeah. Whatsupocala.com.
It's the end of the fiscal year, and that means budget cuts and number crunching. Now's the time of the year you're evaluating your expenses, planning your budget, and finding ways to save money and increase efficiency to maximize profits. Dex Imaging understands and delivers. Call Dex Imaging today for a free document management evaluation. Cutting your office expenses is as easy as calling Dex Imaging, 352-266-0333. Start saving money today and increase your bottom line with Dex Imaging. Printers, copiers, and fax machines that increase office productivity and save you money. No one understands your bottom line better. Call Dex Imaging today, 352-266-0333, or check them out on the web at deximaging.com. That's DEXimaging.com. Or call 352-266-0333 for your free document management evaluation today.
Get it for less at the DIY Home Center outlet. Get top quality real wood cabinets the same or less than the big box stores are selling the cheap stuff. And that's not all. Drywall screws big box stores are $6.47 a pound. At DIY only $4.99. Plus DIY has the largest selection of mobile home parts and accessories anywhere. From carpet to doors, get the DIY supplies you need for less. The DIY Home Center outlet. We are your building material closeout store. 2191 Northwest 10th Street, just 2 miles east of I-75.
All right, 5 minutes after 8 o'clock. Now, oh my goodness, I can hear myself. Now I can't hear myself again. This is the craziest thing. I think I should be able to hear Galen, though. Can I do two things at once, like a Q button and a regular button? Good morning, Galen. How you doing?
Hey, good morning, Larry, Robin. How are y'all?
Yes, I do hear Galen. Good. We're doing good, but it's crazy because my headphones aren't working exactly right. But I can hear you. So I can't hear Robin though. Can you talk, Robin?
Okay, here I am. Can you hear me?
No, I hear you in the studio, but not.
Oh,
but that's okay.
but
I can work with that. Yeah.
Okay, you can use this box if you want.
How you doing? Where are you right now, Galen?
I'm at the office. I just walked in the office.
Oh, okay. I know the 50s is way before your time, but we're doing a decade each time I do this. Did you hear the retro, by the way, the toys and stuff from the 50s?
No, I missed that.
No, you didn't.
I lost the signal there. So
some of the things that it never occurred to me that you forget that the war in the 50s was just like half a decade, well, not half a decade, but less than 40. A decade earlier, depending on what year you're talking about.
Sure, absolutely.
You know? And it actually affected the abundance of Christmas trees. I wouldn't have thought Christmas trees, since they were all natural, would have been affected by that, but I guess they were.
I guess nobody to grow them or cut them down. I don't know.
But you know what? I mean, if your dad was told, look, no Christmas trees this year, what would he have done? He would have driven out to the forest and gotten one, right?
Well, I mean, I guess so. I mean, it would have been just a pine tree in Florida.
Yeah. Well, in Florida, yeah. Or maybe he would have driven up to the Carolinas and got one of those.
I mean, I don't remember, if we didn't have a real tree until a long, long time. We always had the same fake tree that looked like a wire bottle brush.
Oh, really?
You know?
Really?
They look so bad. I mean, there's some that look really, really good now. But we didn't have real trees in my house growing up.
Really? See, I remember real trees all the time, and then I've had a fake one forever now. We got a beautiful fake tree here at the studios. So.
Well, no, I remember my mom would just sit there and try to fluff that thing up, and I remember them being very expensive. It was like, you couldn't afford to buy a fake tree, but you couldn't afford to buy a real one either. So
that's kind of the way it is right now, isn't it? Aren't they expensive? I mean, I'm lucky I have one. I've had it for probably 7 years or so.
Probably, yeah. I mean, I enjoy a real tree, and that's I think that's probably why I like the real tree. I like the way it smells and everything else.
Do you know what? You know what I never got into, and I can't understand this: the upside down tree. Why do people hang them from the ceiling upside down? That makes no sense.
I don't know. That's I don't know if that's like an anti-Christmas thing or what.
I don't know what that is.
I've seen that, and I didn't understand it at all. I'm like, huh. I don't like it. So.
I know. I guess you can hang ornaments on an upside down tree.
Sure you could.
They won't fall off if you decorate it that way.
Right.
My mom leaves her tree up year round. Okay.
Really?
She leaves it up year round, and she decorates it for each season. So, for example, for Thanksgiving, we had a Thanksgiving tree. So she has an Easter tree. She has a St. Patrick's Day tree, and it stays in the exact same spot year round.
Wow. That's pretty, though, I betcha. Bet it's really nice.
Well, it's something. It's just a piece of furniture now that she just redecorates.
Oh, really?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Well, some of the nursing homes do that too. I've noticed that they have there's the tree, and it looks like a Christmas tree, except it's decorated for whatever season.
Yeah, exactly.
So what? Valentine's Day, you got hearts all over it. Is that how that works?
Yep, that's exactly right.
My grandmother had a flock tree. She had always two trees: the real green one in the basement, and then she had this huge flock tree in the living room. 1 year it was purple, 1 year it was pink. It was huge. It was beautiful.
Yeah. We always want to do the flock tree, but you have to, they have to spray it and then hold it for like 24 hours to dry, and I'm not patient.
Yeah. But the one down in the basement was the green tree, and that had the pretty ornaments, and that's where we all celebrated Christmas. That's where the packages were and stuff. But the flock tree was upstairs in the living room.
The tradition that I started with Alex was to go cut your own tree down, and we didn't go to the forest like you can do right now. By the way, if you didn't already know this, I think the license or the permit is $7.
Yeah.
So it's really affordable, and you will end up with a sand pine, but you could find a sand pine. There's an area in the forest that they've allocated for this.
That's right.
You go out there, and they'll show you where to go. You got to find one of those, what do you call it, rangers. By the way, guess what Silver Springs is soliciting now? They're soliciting musicians to play quietly along the pathway. I think Robin and I started something.
Yes, we did.
There you go.
Yeah.
We would just drop in and play, and we'd converse with the park rangers. Now, all of a sudden, they've got a call out for soft playing musicians along the walkways.
Which is cool. I think it's a wonderful idea.
Yeah. Well, sometimes people got to be jump started with somebody else's idea, and then they pick up on it. And
so remember, kids, 20 years from now, when we're dead,
yes,
say, "Oh, you know who started that?
Larry and Robin started that." Yes,
cool.
Sir. We're not.
So how's the blood supply right now?
We need O negatives. That's really what we need. I mean, we're in pretty desperate need for O negatives.
Oh,
so, yeah, please give blood, and we will be open. We still have parking passes for the parade. So come on down, please.
And how do you get a parking pass? Explain that. How that works?
Just walk up to the front desk and say, "Hey, I want to park here for the parade."
Oh, really?
They'll say, "Okay," and there you go.
Nice.
Oh, wow, that's great. I was thinking somehow you had to donate blood or something and be in a lottery.
Well, we prefer that.
Yeah,
yes,
yeah.
I mean but I think because it's tomorrow, now I'll have to check. But it's a while supplies last thing, so yeah, you need to hurry.
This segment,
and we are giving it to donors, so it is for donors. So yeah.
Oh, okay. This segment is sponsored by Penn Flooring. They make sure that Galen is able to come on the air each day and remind us of the importance of donating blood. And Penn Flooring provides quality customer service, quality flooring. They've been doing both of those things with a family touch for over 25 years. I guess after the first, I got to say 26 years. Stop in and visit their spacious showroom at 1201 Southwest 17th Street, just by that bridge, at the foot of the bridge that crosses over the railroad tracks.
Yeah.
And remember to tell them that you heard about them on WOCA and thank them for sponsoring the segment with Galen. Did you happen to see the story about the government taking away the T-Rex from that paleontologist?
Yeah, I did. I know this has been, that's one of those things that's just been in the works for a while. They've been fighting it for a long time. I heard you talking about it. And the reason they're doing it is because it was on federal ground, so it wasn't on somebody's land, and so, I mean, let's be honest, the T-Rex, that T-Rex is worth millions of dollars, and so the government standpoint is well, it was on federal land, and you were supposed to do an exploration, and that exploration was supposed to benefit. There was all kinds of legalese, but basically that's the gist of it. And I think it's been in the courts for a long time.
Can you imagine?
They just lost it.
That is awful.
It's just a cool thing. I mean, the government part of it is an interesting story, but just the idea that we had animals walking around here that could eat you in one bite.
Yeah.
Well, there's less than like 20, I think, full T-Rexes found where it's completely intact. And then, they make a lot of remakes of them. They recast the bones and stuff like that. But there aren't that many T-Rexes in the world.
No. If you go to the Museum of Natural History in New York, there is, I think, a brontosaurus. I can't remember what it is. But if you look at it real carefully, and I remember this as a kid, talking about going back to the 60s and 50s. I remember as a kid, the teacher pointing out the bones from the plastic bones that they didn't find. Mm-hmm. Because some of those bones in the brontosaurus are plastic because they couldn't find them, or they were deteriorated.
That's exactly right.
Yeah.
Right. Well, they, and that's what's so cool about this one is it's just completely intact. So, or the most intact, or something like that. I can't remember. I remember reading the article.
No, this one is completely intact. But since the government took it, the paleontologist, a lady paleontologist, by the way, Sue Hendrickson.
Correct.
She has since then found other partial T-Rexes. So, and she's still fighting to get it brought back to South Dakota. So,
well, she should, because it's ridiculous.
So I have a question, Galen. You have this.
I could go both ways. I think that everybody involved wants this to be seen, and so people can see it because it is cool. I don't know how many people would see it in a museum in South Dakota.
Well, that's a good point. That's a good point.
And no matter what, the federal government cannot take away her find. It's just a matter of ownership. And I'm pretty sure that Sue would never try to sell it to someone in a private. I think it's just more of a legacy thing as to who owns that thing.
By the way, the dinosaur is called Sue after her. They did name it after her.
Yeah, I did know that.
All right, we've got to take a break. I can't hear what's going on in the background because there's something wrong with the headset, or with something here. So we'll take a little break and we'll be right back. I can look at the thing. Good thing you can visually tell what's playing.
Yeah.
We'll be right back.
The weather is brought to you by myfwc.com. Safe boating is no accident. A nice day today with sunshine and a few clouds, the high 63 to 67. Tonight will be clear and chilly with a low of 34 in the coldest inland spots to about 48 along the coast. Tomorrow, partly sunny and mild, the high 65 to 69. And for Sunday, mostly sunny with a high of 66 to 70. From the Florida Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Joe Lundberg.
You've got a garden and we've got a show for you called You've Got a Garden with your host, Master Gardener Carol Ann Baldwin. Carol Ann answers your questions about your flowers, your veggies, your grass, your trees, even questions about your bugs. And she's only on WOCA, so don't miss Carol Ann Baldwin and You've Got a Garden each Tuesday from 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. right here on WOCA The Source.
Hey, Matt, I know Sunrise Automotive does auto stuff, but I need some tires for my truck. Can you recommend someone?
Yes, I can. We do that.
No, I mean, I need them installed and balanced and all that.
Yep, we do that.
Well, my son needed his windows tinted.
Yep, we do that.
I need my seat replaced.
Yep, we do that too.
I need a new roof line, and a new spoiler, and a new trunk.
We can even do that too.
Okay, I get it. I suppose you can also do a radio show too, huh?
Well, as a matter of fact, join me every Monday at 10 for auto repair with personal care here on The Source.
Of course you do.
Good credits, bad credits. It's none of our business because we're not an auto dealer. We're not a bank. We're not your mother. We're OcalaForSale.com. Marion County's marketplace for cars, trucks, and SUVs. We've got thousands of sellers standing by to take your call. No middleman. But hurry, don't walk, don't run. Just sit down and log on to OcalaForSale.com. Prices and inventory change daily. Offer does not include dealer upcharge. Undercutting, rust proofing, factory surcharge, or delivery fee. See website for details.
Do you have areas that have started sagging or drooping? Is what you're looking at not quite the same as it was years ago? Are there enhancements you've been putting off? Is there serious damage you need fixed? Then call on us, Damage Control Services, when your roof is sagging and the drywall is drooping after a storm, or your home just needs some enhancements. From damage repairs to new construction, Damage Control Services is here to help.
Hi, I'm Leah Caruso with Strive Rehabilitation, inviting you to join me Thursday at 11 a.m. for Health Matters. Ocala Health and Strive have teamed up to bring you the latest information on good health services available to you right here at home. This vital information will help you make informed decisions about your health. So don't forget to join me here at 11 a.m. Thursday. It's news you can use from Ocala Health, Strive, and your friends here at WOCA.
We are The Source, WOCA, news, talk, sports, and more.
All right, 18 minutes after 8 o'clock. Galen, you know, is on the phone, and hopefully you can hear me. I'm not really sure what anybody's hearing right now. Galen, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you great.
Gee, I have to push all these cue buttons. I think I figured it out. I think everything is backwards. It's backwards day. Now I hear you fine.
Great.
Okay.
See, I just had to push all the cue buttons. It was the other way around once upon a time. So now I can answer the phone too. All right, let me answer the phone. A couple of callers, I think. Hopefully. Good morning. Can I hear you, or can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Hey,
you can hear me.
Yeah, baby. Good. Thank you. All right, how you doing?
Good. Good morning. How are y'all doing?
Good.
I heard y'all talking about dinosaurs and everything, and I remember hearing that you had Netflix, Larry.
Well, I did. Not anymore.
I was going to say, because there's a series on Netflix called Our Inner Fish, and then there's another one called Our Inner Reptile, and another one called Our Inner Bird, and it shows how we kind of evolved, and certain structures in our body came from way back when. It's a very interesting series.
I could be part T-Rex. Possible. Yeah, I do kind of sometimes lift up my arms a little bit, tiny. I don't know.
All right, well, you have a good day.
Thank you. Caitlin, you there?
Yeah, absolutely.
By the way, you had a theory that when we're young boys, dinosaurs are everything. And then when we discover girls, we forget what's a dinosaur? What's right?
Yeah, exactly.
Right. We forget all that knowledge of dinosaurs, and it's replaced by what we wish we knew about women.
I'm a little concerned that as I am just 2 months away from being 60, that suddenly I'm interested in dinosaurs again. Does this mean that I've run my course? I'm on the other side now of what's...
Yeah, I think that's exactly what that means. I would be concerned. You're going to need to renew your subscription to Playboy, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah, but the girls have to be older.
I know.
Now. You can't look at 18-year-old girls.
Yeah,
anymore.
Playboy. I don't know.
We need Playman now because... I'll be honest. I'll be honest with you. I look at young women that would have once upon a time turned my head, and I said, "Well, they're very attractive, but I feel like they're children."
Yeah, exactly.
So, yeah, I'm more of an old lady man.
I got you. Well, you know what, and that's healthy. That you should find women your age attractive, so as you grow older. I mean, if you don't, that's kind of weird. So, yeah.
Let's go back to the phone. But I'm just concerned that I'm at the other end of what started in puberty.
You know, but it also, you know, sometimes it changes into like your hobby, like train sets or cars.
Dinosaurs. I thought you meant sexual interest.
So it's not always your knowledge isn't always. Well, yeah, I think once you become married, you realize, you know what? I'm pretty much here. This is where I am. My knowledge of women's not getting any better. You know, I can read all the books in the world. They still haven't figured it out. So now I'm going to just put all that focus that I did in women into, you know, my car collection or my, you know what I mean?
Or maybe the
hobby.
Maybe the two worlds. Maybe the two worlds collide, Galen. Maybe the two worlds collide, and this is what happens. You start wondering, how did the T-Rex have sex? Can you just picture?
Yes.
Can you picture this? Wouldn't you want to be?
I don't even know.
A spectator?
I don't even know. I mean, I don't. You see, I guess maybe because I haven't reached that point, that's not a concern.
No, you're not. Yeah, you got 20
less.
years before you start wondering about this. So,
if you were to ask my 10-year-old son, he'd probably be like, "Dad, that's kind of interesting because is it a reptile or is it a bird? Because maybe it doesn't have to have sex. You know, I mean, you know, because frogs are asexual and they can, right? That's probably what would go through.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Really?
A child's brain.
I never knew that.
I'm guessing.
Frogs just croak, they don't hump?
But you knew that. You'll know it again. I mean, the only reason I know that is because it was a funny joke, Larry. I didn't want you to think I forgot that. But
it's good. It's good. It's good. All right, we do have a phone call. Good morning. You're on the air.
Good morning. Good morning. Yes. Back in, I guess it was 2006, my mother, myself, and my mother's church lady friend went out to South Dakota to see the Four Faces and Crazy Horse, and we also saw the dinosaur. It was still down there at the time.
Oh, okay. Oh, Sue. So when did they pull it out of there? In the 90s?
Yeah, early 90s, right? It's in Chicago now, I think.
Well, there was there was a second dinosaur also.
Oh, okay. It says in November 1993, a federal grand jury returned a 39-count indictment containing 153 charges against Peter Larson and 5 others linked to the Black Hills Institute. Just cut to the chase. That's how they justified taking it.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. All right.
Right.
Then they apparently found a second dinosaur as well, and that one is still there.
Yeah, and maybe not completely, although it looks complete because they fill in the blanks with plastic bones. Yeah, I guess.
All right. Have a good morning, y'all.
Thank you, Jim.
Now that dinosaur Sue was a traveling exhibit because I remember going up to the museum up in Gainesville with my mother because she wanted to go see the dinosaur named Sue. So her and I went up there, and it was a huge exhibit up in Gainesville. I can't remember the year though. Gosh, maybe it was almost 20
Sue
years
is on
ago.
tour? They took the dinosaur on tour?
There was a dinosaur named Sue up at the Museum of Natural History up in Gainesville. Maybe it's a different dinosaur, but it was a T-Rex.
What I don't know about this is this. Why is this in the news today? This is a brand new story. I don't understand.
Well, because they finally came and gave a verdict.
So they're finally going to take it.
CNN.
This is after all the appeals. This is everything. Yeah.
Okay, so there was something on TV last night on CNN.
Probably.
Dinosaur 13 was on at 9 o'clock last night.
That's probably why.
So you didn't see it. You weren't surfing the. See, this is why men surf the TV channels. By the way, we don't want to miss anything.
Yeah. You flip.
You don't want to go to work the next day and somebody to say, "Hey, did you see that thing on T-Rex last night?"
Mm-hmm.
And you say, "No, I wasn't surfing. I was watching." Oh man, you're supposed to surf. Who had the control? My wife. Yeah, that explains everything.
That's right. You need 2 controls, 1 TV.
Despite everything that's happened to him and his team, Larson says he's glad that Sue is on public display. He even went to the Dinosaurs 2000 unveiling in Chicago. It was unveiled in the year 2000.
All right, there you go.
He hasn't given up on his dream of returning Sue in some form to Hill City.
Yeah, but the awfulest thing is that the government just snaps their fingers and they can come in and seize anything. They don't even have to have a reason.
No, I don't think it was that simple, Rob. Yeah, I mean, I'm against that, but that in this case, I mean, I think it was a long, drawn out case, and it was a battle. I think, yeah, I mean, it was on. I think she did some things that she wasn't supposed to do, and
what
it wasn't that clear cut.
I found a spearhead that doesn't even come close to the age of a dinosaur.
Yeah,
a spearhead would be hundreds of years old, as opposed to millions of years old. Yes. Millions.
Yeah.
Wow. So they must have, their bones must have been made like the we were talking about toys from the 50s, those metal Matchbox cars.
Yeah, erector set.
I used to say, Galen, that they should make all cars out of the same metal they make Matchbox cars.
Mm-hmm. Well, one, they would be dangerous, but yeah,
real heavy.
I mean, at least you could fix it, right? If you got a fender bender, like, oh, hold on, I got to hammer the car, bang, 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 bang. But
and the passengers.
Yeah, it would be so heavy.
But the passengers wouldn't get hurt as much as they do in the cars.
Yeah, they would. Yeah, absolutely they would.
Oh, okay.
Absolutely they would. They're not nearly as cars are a million times safer now than they were in the 50s.
Plus, if you remember, Matchbox cars had no floorboard, so you'd fall right through.
Yeah, that's exactly right. Yeah, they didn't have airbags. Yeah,
they had nothing.
Yeah,
no. Safety glass.
No seatbelts.
All right, we need to have a segue, Robin. Tomorrow's going to be fun, by the way, Galen. I know you said you're not going to be there, but we're going to have fun at your place.
No, I'm going to be there.
Oh, you are going to be there?
Parade.
How come I thought you said no? Oh, okay.
I don't know. I like going to the parade.
Oh, good. Hot
I'm
chocolate.
just going to freeze my butt off.
Oh, good. Well, there's plenty of microphones, so everybody will be on.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
All right.
In fact,
and I was told that the center will not be open. So the bathrooms won't be available there, but there is a porta potty, I think, in the Cascades parking lot.
So I got to walk across the street. I got to walk across the street.
Yeah, I know it's going to be tough, but we'll have to battle through.
Yeah, those porta potties.
Or bring an empty Gatorade bottle.
No,
like a road trip.
What are you doing, Larry? Hold on. Shh! Don't tell anybody, Robin.
Yeah.
Well, then we'll really challenge to see if you can do 2 things at once.
Gosh.
All right, we need to segue from, I don't know which one to take it from. I guess from T-Rex to donating blood.
Well, from everything that's been going on in the 50s, all the technology, everything back to prehistoric times with the find of the T-Rex, life always moves forward, and there's always somebody that benefits. So go to Life South Community Blood Centers. You can benefit yourself by the technology that is used right now to withdraw the blood, and the recipients of the blood can benefit because of the technology to put the blood in them. So go to Life South Community Blood Centers and just enjoy your day of giving.
There you go.
Beautiful. Nice job.
By the way, you know they say the dinosaurs' descendants are the birds?
Yeah.
You've heard that,
Yeah,
right?
that was according to Jurassic Park.
Oh, that's not a real scientific theory?
I'm assuming it is. I think it is.
Okay.
But yeah.
But I wonder, so maybe we got it wrong. Maybe they had feathers.
They could have.
Wouldn't it be cool to see? No. What do you call it? Rodan? What's the one that flew called? What was the flying dinosaur?
Triceratops. No, that's the other one. Pterodactyl.
Pterodactyl.
Yeah.
How big was that thing? 747?
I don't know. It seemed big.
Yeah, I think so.
Again, when I was like 9, 10, or 11, I could have told you.
Yeah, well, I'll be able to tell you. Just give me a couple years.
There you go.
Oh, I can actually hear what's going on.
Yay.
How come I can't lower it, though? All right, I'm confused. I'm confused. All right, Galen, have a great day. Where's the Bloodmobile?
Bloodmobile today, Larry, is actually at the Kmart down in Bellevue, and I will see you guys tomorrow night.
All right.
Nice.
All right.
Bye, y'all.
Hang in there. This is The Source, WOCA Ocala. We'll be right back.
Fox News Radio, I'm Joe Chiaro. Mudslide fears in Southern California. Heavy rain and powerful winds slamming the state.
I lifted my hands up waist deep in water.
She's in Sacramento where a man was struck by a car.
He got hit and ejected off to the side of the roadway, and he suffered some traumatic injuries.
Highway Patrol Sergeant Matt McGinnity, thousands without power near Santa Barbara and other coastal areas. The Senate has 2 days to pass it or the government runs out of money. A $1 trillion spending bill narrowly approved last night by the House. Senate Appropriations Committee Chair Barbara Mikulski.
We reached across the aisle and we reached across the Capitol dome. The House has done their job. Now I hope we do our job.
Some Democrats angry the measure loosens banking regulations. And California is battling the worst whooping cough epidemic in 7 decades. Fox News, we report, you decide.
Fox News on your time. The Fox News iPad app is ready to go with all the great features from FoxNews.com and our iPhone app optimized specifically for your iPad. Watch the latest clips from your favorite Fox News shows. Personalize the app by creating your own newscast using the video playlist. Listen to Fox News Radio live. Get local weather forecasts. And it's all free. Go to foxnews2go.mobi. That's foxnews2go.mobi.
Some people would call him a loser. He ran for state office. He was beaten. He started a business. He failed. He ran for Congress. He lost. He was nominated for vice president. He lost again. But he knew only those who never tried are the real losers. And Abraham Lincoln was no loser. Persistence. Pass it on. From the Foundation for a Better Life at values.com.
Howdy, folks. RL here to tell you about Dairy Queen's new $5 lunches. 4 models to choose from. We now have a bacon burger with extra bacon, a chili dog, and our famous chicken strips, including chicken wraps, grilled or crispy fried. All include a fry, a 21-ounce drink, and a sundae. So come on down to Dairy Queen Silver Springs, where we always treat you like kings and queens.
Here's what you may have missed on the John Tesh Radio Show.
Do things you used to love once a week, like game night with friends. Familiar activities will activate the pleasure centers in your brain. Here's a bad habit that can cut your chances of advancement right in half. Gossiping. Only go shopping in high heels. That uses up enough brain power that you're less likely to give in to impulse purchases that's way out of your price range.
Intelligence for your life on the John Tesh Radio Show. Don't miss this stuff.
Your home is safe, or is it? AA Lock, Dock, and Security. The name has been a staple in Ocala since 1985. Do you have the right equipment in place to have peace of mind when you are at home or away? AA Lock, Dock, and Security has the right people to install and monitor your home or business. Call today for a free on-site security analysis. Call 867-1965. AA Lock, Dock, and Security, 219 Northwest 10th Street, 867-1965.
Your weekends are getting a little retooled.
Swear to God, not making a joke.
Check this out. New shows? Check.
We are
Some new talent? Check. Let's welcome the guys.
Let's get it going.
Arnie Spanier.
Unbelievable.
TJ Reeves.
This is what you get.
Your weekends are on fire. Because that's how exotic it is. We are
Get it for less at the DIY Home Center outlet. Get top quality real wood cabinets the same or less than the big box stores are selling the cheap stuff. And that's not all. Drywall screws big box stores are $6.47 a pound. At DIY, only $4.99. Plus, DIY has the largest selection of mobile home parts and accessories anywhere. From carpet to doors, get the DIY supplies you need for less. The DIY Home Center outlet. We are your building material closeout store. 2191 Northwest 10th Street, just 2 miles east of I-75.
When I started thinking about this year's Christmas greeting, I wanted to make it something meaningful. So here is my heartfelt wish for us all. Good health, prosperity, and the peace to be happy, whatever our circumstances. Remember the reason for the season. Merry Christmas.
Visit the WOCA website at www.woca.com. 1370 WOCA.
Ocala's information station, 1370 WOCA.
Ocala.
Come on.
All right, 25 minutes before 9 o'clock. Thank you for tuning in this Friday morning. How could I forget? I'm still distracted by these headphones. But, all right, it's time for News Bites. News Bites is the portion of AM Ocala Live during which Robin and I read the news in brief, and we tell you which agency we get the story from. That gives you an opportunity to look up the story if you're interested in the full story, but we'll give you the abbreviated version. That's why we call it News Bites. So let's just get started. I got to turn this music off because I can't hear myself think. Okay, I know it sounded like it was off, but it wasn't in my headset. It's crazy. All right. The first story is from ABC News. Just hours before a midnight deadline approached, the House of Representatives voted to approve a $1.1 trillion spending package to keep the federal government open, sending the measure over to the Senate for final passage. The House voted 219 to 206 to approve the measure, with 57 Democrats joining 162 Republicans to pass the package. At the conclusion of the House vote, House Speaker John Boehner said, "My job tonight is to say thank you and Merry Christmas."
Congress has cleared and sent to President Obama legislation directing him to levy sanctions against Venezuelan government officials involved in a crackdown on anti-government protesters. The Senate passed a bill Monday evening, and the House approved the measure by voice vote on Wednesday evening. It authorizes sanctions that would freeze the assets and ban visas of individuals accused of perpetrating acts of violence or violating the human rights of those opposing the South American country's socialist government. During the summer, the State Department imposed a travel ban on Venezuelan officials that were accused of abuses during a months-long street protest movement in the winter and spring that left dozens of people dead, reported by Fox News.
From the Associated Press, unknown attackers fired dozens of bullets at the facade of the Israeli embassy in Athens without causing any injury in a pre-dawn drive-by attack this morning on one of the Greek capital's best-guarded buildings. Police said 57 bullet casings were from 2 AK-47 assault rifles, a weapon favored by Greek anarchist militant groups. They were recovered outside the embassy on a busy road junction that was closed to traffic for hours. Nobody claimed responsibility for the attack, which occurred long before the building opened for business.
The next round of Iranian nuclear negotiations will begin December 17th. Iran's chief nuclear negotiator and Deputy Foreign Minister Abbas Araghchi announced yesterday. After the November 24th deadline to reach a comprehensive nuclear agreement with Iran expired, international negotiators vowed to continue the talks for an additional 7 months. Delegates from Iran and the P5+1, the 5 permanent members of the UN Security Council, which is Britain, China, France, Russia, and the United States, plus Germany, have been engaged in year-long negotiations. The November extension marks the second time the deadline has been moved. In July, Iran and the P5+1 countries decided to extend the talks for an additional 4 months, reported by UPI News.
From the Associated Press, a mushroom with hallucinogenic properties was found growing at Buckingham Palace, but no one suspects Queen Elizabeth II of cultivating the magic mushroom. The Amanita muscaria was found growing wild in the extensive palace gardens during preparations for a television show. The mushroom's hallucinogenics properties have long been known, and it has commonly been used in rituals. Palace officials said this morning there are several hundred species of mushrooms growing in the palace gardens, including a number of naturally occurring Amanita muscaria. The mushroom can be beneficial to trees, but can also be poisonous to humans.
The U.S. Department of Agriculture's monthly forecast for the 2014 to 2015 orange crop remains unchanged at 108 million boxes. Early mid varieties accounted for 52 million boxes, while Valencia's came in at 56 million boxes. The USDA makes its initial estimate in October of each year and revises it monthly as the crop takes shape until the end of the season in July. The USDA's estimate of the 2014 to 2015 Florida grapefruit crop came in at 15 million boxes. Specialty fruit is estimated at 3.3 million boxes. The yield for frozen concentrate orange juice is anticipated to be 1.60 gallons per 90-pound box. The Florida citrus industry creates a $9 billion annual economic impact, employing nearly 76,000 people and covering about 525,000 acres, reported out of Lakeland.
From the Associated Press, a former TV pitchman in Utah, known for his over-the-top personality, turned his initial court appearance into a sideshow after he was disruptive and combative with a federal judge. Del Shantz is accused of chasing a barn owl in flight on his motorized paraglider. He was put into handcuffs yesterday in Salt Lake City court after he stood up and interrupted U.S. Chief Magistrate Judge Brooke Wells during another man's hearing. The 45-year-old Shands was escorted out of court but brought back minutes later for his own hearing. He remained disruptive but eventually pleaded not guilty to charges of knowingly using an aircraft to harass wildlife and pursuing a migratory bird. Shands is in custody until another hearing Wednesday afternoon to discuss what happens next.
A Western New York brewery has constructed a Christmas tree out of hundreds of beer kegs. All that's missing is the beer. The Genesee Brewing Company built the 23-foot-high Christmas tree out of 300 stainless steel kegs outside its brew house in downtown Rochester. The keg tree is trimmed with 600 feet of green lights, and it is topped by a rotating Genesee sign. More than 20 of Genesee's elves, also known as employees, got to work designing and building the keg tree. Alas, beer lovers, the kegs are empty. But the company says when the tree is dismantled, the kegs will return to the production line and be refilled. The official public lighting ceremony is set for December the 18th, reported by the Associated Press.
And from ABC News, Bank of America is being forced to hand over more than $1 million to a Florida couple after the bank flooded them with hundreds of loan collection calls for years, the latest example of alleged behavior that has cost the bank tens of millions of dollars. In a complaint filed in July, attorneys for Nelson and Joyce Coniglio said the couple had been on the receiving end of patterns of outrageous, abusive, and harassing conduct by a subsidiary of Bank of America that included 700 calls in 4 years after the bank said the couple fell behind on mortgage loan payments in 2009. The Coniglios also received threatening collection letters asserting false and misleading information, according to the complaint. The couple sent multiple letters from legal representation asking the bank to stop, but the calls, sometimes up to 5 a day, continued. The complaint describes automated calls leaving repeated pre-recorded messages.
It's not a crisis yet, but officials at the Florida Department of Law Enforcement say there's a growing backlog at state crime labs. FDLE Commissioner Gerald Bailey says they're having trouble holding on to the crime analysts and technicians who handle all lab work. This is his quote: "We're having tremendous turnover problems. We're considering a training ground for other county labs, Dade, Broward, Palm Beach, and Indian River, that recruit our people." The latest survey showed salaries at the crime labs are lower than the private sector and most of the public sector, too. Bailey says he'll be asking the Florida State Legislature to fix that during the spring session. The turnover is so bad that anyone hired now has to agree to stay with FDLE for at least 3 years, reported out of Tallahassee.
And from the Miami Herald, Florida did not violate anti-discrimination laws by using standardized test scores to award Bright Futures scholarships, the U.S. Department of Education has found. The department's Office for Civil Rights had been investigating the Bright Futures program, which awards college scholarships based on grade point average and SAT and ACT scores, among other factors. The probe was based on allegations that the eligibility criteria had the effect of discriminating against Hispanic and African American students, but federal authorities found insufficient evidence of a legal violation and concluded the investigation Wednesday, according to a memo addressed to Florida Education Commissioner Pam Stewart. We need to take a little break, catch up on the weather and a couple of commercial announcements, and we'll be right back with more News Bites after this.
The weather is brought to you by myfwc.com. Safe boating is no accident. A nice day today with sunshine and a few clouds, the high 63 to 67. Tonight will be clear and chilly with a low of 34 in the coldest inland spot to about 48 along the coast. Tomorrow, partly sunny and mild, the high 65 to 69. And for Sunday, mostly sunny with a high of 66 to 70. From the Florida Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Joe Lundberg.
Hi, this is JP from Penn Flooring here in Ocala. I would like to invite you to come in and visit our spacious showroom where we have solutions for every style and budget. From wall-to-wall carpet to hardwood floors and tiles, we have an unsurpassed selection of flooring. At Penn Flooring, we've provided quality customer service with a family touch for over 25 years. Visit our website at pennflooring.com or come by our showroom, 1201 Southwest 17th Street, just over the bridge. Penn Flooring, quality customer service with a family touch.
Hey, Matt, I know Sunrise Automotive does auto stuff, but I need some tires for my truck. Can you recommend someone?
Yes, I can. We do that.
No, I mean, I need them installed and balanced and all that.
Yep, we do that.
Well, my son needed his windows tinted.
Yep, we do that.
I need my seat replaced.
Yep, we do that too.
I need a new roof line and a new spoiler and a new truck.
We can even do that too.
Okay, I get it. I suppose you can also do a radio show too, huh?
Well, as a matter of fact, join me every Monday at 10 for auto repair with personal care here on The Source.
Of course you do.
The artists at All About Art in Bellevue next to Kangaroo Express say hop on over and pick up a unique gift and have a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
Jingle bells, jingle all the way. Happy holidays from all of us at WOCA.
Hey Ocala, this is Kelly Hart, Executive Editor of Ocala Magazine. Did you know last year Ocala Magazine won more awards in excellence than any other publication in Florida? And this year, Ocala Magazine was named Best Consumer Magazine in the state. Now you can join me every Friday at 10 a.m. on Ocala Magazine Radio, where we bring the pages of Ocala Magazine to life, right here on The Source. Ocala Magazine thanks you for making us number one. And remember, there is only one Ocala Magazine.
Legally Yours, brought to you by Fuller & Fuller Attorneys at Law. On the air every Wednesday morning at 10:30 a.m. with John Fuller, a board-certified civil trial lawyer for over 25 years. John welcomes your questions, from business to complex family matters to legal disputes. So tune in every Wednesday morning at 10:30 a.m. for Legally Yours with John Fuller, right here on WOCA 1370 a.m. and 96.3 FM, The Source. We are The Source, WOCA.
All right, let's return to News Bites, and now I can't hear myself again. Don't know what's going on again. Oh, okay, now I hear me. All right, let's see. Next News Bite, thank you. Conservator, this is from ABC News. Conservators from the Boston Museum of Fine Arts labored in the chill and snow for hours to unearth what is believed to be the oldest unopened time capsule in the country, buried under the Golden Dome of the Massachusetts State House in 1795 by then Governor Samuel Adams and Paul Revere, according to state records. How cool is that? The 219-year-old time capsule is made of cowhide and was initially discovered during State House renovations in 1855. When the repairs were complete, the state's 23rd governor, Henry Gardner, reburied it in the granite cornerstone of the historic building, adding new items including coins. 4 coins clinked on the cold ground today as conservator Pam Hitchfield laid on her back and chiseled at the cornerstone. The silver pieces were picked up and displayed to reporters who stood in the mud around the fenced-in dig site. Massachusetts Secretary of State William Galvin oversaw the painstaking efforts to preserve the capsule's contents for much of today. He told ABC News that after the capsule was found by workers overhauling a water irrigation system in the building, state records were uncovered about the capsule that indicate it contained coins that date between 1652 and 1855. An engraved silver Paul Revere plate, newspapers, a Commonwealth seal, and a little page, or rather the title page from the Massachusetts Colony Records. Wow, that is awesome. I love that kind of stuff.
A U.S. agency's secret infiltration of Cuba's underground hip-hop group scene to spark a youth movement against the government was reckless and stupid, Senator Patrick Leahy said yesterday after the Associated Press revealed the operation. On at least 6 occasions, Cuban authorities detained or interrogated people that were involved in the program. They also confiscated computer hardware that in some cases contained information that jeopardized Cubans who likely had no idea they were caught up in a clandestine U.S. operation. Still, contractors working for the U.S. Agency for International Development kept putting themselves and their targets at risk, reported by ABC.
And from CNN, TV actor Dmitry Dyachenko is accused of killing his ex-girlfriend's pet rabbit and then eating half of it. He then allegedly threatened to do the same to her, according to the Los Angeles County District Attorney's Office in a statement that was issued on Wednesday. Dyachenko, who appeared in episodes of Sons of Anarchy, reportedly made quite a show of the butchery, sending his ex-girlfriend blow-by-blow photos of what he was doing to the rabbit. The actor told a reporter from CNN in a phone interview that it was a hoax and that he didn't actually eat the pet. This all is a misunderstanding. We got into an argument, but I did not kill the bunny rabbit, he said. Instead, he turned the rabbit loose, according to KCAL-TV, and purchased rabbit meat to make her think it was the pet he was eating.
Oh, my God.
Idiot.
Thousands of crows roosting at night in a western Ohio city's downtown have some residents comparing the landscape with the Alfred Hitchcock movie The Birds as they work to drive them away. The crows troubling Springfield aren't aggressive as birds in Hitchcock's 1963 thriller were portrayed, but their overwhelming presence on trees and buildings causes concern over damage and potential health hazards from droppings. This is according to Roger Chirac, CEO of the Clark County Historical Society. The society operates the Heritage Center of Clark County, one of the buildings favored by the federally protected crows. He estimates as many as 50,000 crows gather downtown after scavenging for food by day in fields surrounding the city of around 60,000, some 80 miles northeast of Cincinnati, Ohio. State wildlife officials say there has been a roost in the area for decades, but Chirac says crows began roosting downtown in huge numbers about 3 years ago, reported by the Associated Press.
And from CNN, in a patch of rural northwest Mississippi, the tire tracks stand out. They lead up an embankment to a tree partially scorched from the car fire that ultimately killed 19-year-old Jessica Chambers. Much of the dirt, leaves, and pine cones near the tree are burned as well. The area where firefighters found the teen with burns all over her body is otherwise nondescript aside from the crime scene tape. A rural road with no dividing line leads to a green gate and dirt driveway that sits a few feet from the tree and skid marks. Yesterday, a CNN crew saw a man in a Panola County Sheriff's Office pickup truck collect something from the ground less than 50 feet from the tree, place it in a paper bag, and drive off. He stopped a short distance down the road and crouched by the roadside, placing something else in a paper bag and driving away. Later, several men from the sheriff's office, clad in fluorescent vests, arrived and began investigating the scene, picking items up and examining them as a canine unit assisted with the investigation. Questions abound about how the 19-year-old and her car ended up severely burned in this wooded area. Chambers died from her injuries on Sunday. Her family said she suffered burns over 98% of her body after obtaining warrants and cracking a password. Police were able to access Jessica Chambers' phone records and are following up on leads, according to a prosecutor in a statement issued yesterday. Police are searching her data and text records after obtaining warrants that compelled Google and her cell phone provider to give police access to her phone contents, according to John Champion, District Attorney for Mississippi's 17th Circuit.
The CEO of SeaWorld in Orlando, Florida, is being replaced, according to an announcement the company made yesterday. But Jim Atchison is not being shown the door. According to the release from SeaWorld, he will stay on as a consultant and serve as vice chairman of the board. Taking the helm of the company, at least until a permanent replacement is found, will be Chairman David D'Alessandro. This is according to SeaWorld. The company announced the changes at the top of the corporate ladder as part of a larger scale announcement across its 11 parks. In that announcement, SeaWorld said it would undergo a restructuring program to centralize some operations and reduce the duplication of certain functions. That will likely mean layoffs, though how many and where are items of information that have not yet been disclosed, reported out of Orlando.
The Florida Department of Agriculture is accusing a Hollywood, Florida man of selling sick bulldog puppies to more than a dozen people nationwide in a scheme that the state says netted the man more than $20,000. Victor Shemerisov is locked up in the Broward County Jail on 1 count of organized scheme to defraud and 10 counts of creating a forged veterinary certificate showing the animals were healthy. He has a bond of $350,000. Shemerisov is expected to go before a judge this morning.
The danger of stimulus-induced bubbles is starting to play out in the market for energy company debt. Since early 2010, energy producers have raised $550 billion of new bonds and loans as the Federal Reserve held borrowing costs near zero. With oil prices plunging, investors are questioning the ability of some issuers to meet their debt obligations. Research firm Credit Sites predicts the default rate for energy junk bonds will double to 8% next year. This is a quote from Tim Gramatovich, who helps manage more than $800 million as chief investment officer of Santa Barbara, California-based Peritus Asset Management. Anything that becomes a mania, it ends badly, and this is a mania, reported by Bloomberg.
From Fox News, according to the latest Fox News poll, 43% of voters approved of President Obama's temporary amnesty for some 5 million illegal immigrants. But when asked about the means by which he did it, support slipped to 38%. More tellingly, though, was that when asked whether they were concerned about the damage the action could do to the federal system of checks and balances, just 20% said they were not concerned that the president's move was permanently altering our country's system of checks and balances. Obama has been traveling the country to brag about the scope of his immigration actions and hyping the use of his executive power for years. He may have a serious trust deficit with voters, but Obama has at least been able to convince Americans of one thing: he means business when it comes to crushing Congress and expanding executive power. Again, that story, sounding a little slanted to me, is from Fox News.
Having packages stolen from your front door is a crappy experience for anyone, but a woman in Washington, D.C. got her sweet revenge in a very stinky way. After having numerous packages stolen in front of her house, Andrea Hutzler started leaving packages of dog poop instead, and the crooks quickly took them away. Hutzler said she's been plagued by doorstop thefts for the past 2 months. Christmas gifts, clothes, and even 6-foot-long aluminum construction poles have been stolen in front of her home. Hutzler set up a surveillance camera on her front door. She discovered the same Grinch was repeatedly stealing items. All told, police said an estimated $858 worth of goods have been stolen. Earlier this week, she decided to take matters into her own hands with some help from her 2 dogs. Hutzler placed the dog doo-doo box on the doorstep and moved the camera so she could get a better angle of the robber's face. She struck pay dirt on Monday when the robber once again took a package, not realizing that this one contained a special delivery, reported by the Huffington Post.
I like that one. Next story from CNN. It started with a sore throat on Thanksgiving and an antibiotic from a friend who wanted to help. Now, 19-year-old Yasmin Castaneda is fighting for her life inside a California hospital's burn unit, suffering from an allergic reaction that is so severe she has large open wounds all over her body. It is heartbreaking. Every day it is a different look. Every day she's like shedding away. Overnight, it's a whole different person that you're looking at. Martha Hughes, who is Castaneda's aunt, told CNN affiliate KABC. Doctors diagnosed Castaneda with Stevens-Johnson syndrome, a rare disease that can be triggered by antibiotics or other medications.
Scott Rudin, the high-powered producer at the center of the latest embarrassment stemming from the Sony hacking scandal, has apologized for remarks he made in leaked emails. In the series of the emails obtained by Gawker and Buzzford this week, Rudin, corresponding with Sony Pictures Entertainment co-chairman Amy Pascal, called Unbroken director Angelina Jolie as a spoiled brat and made jokes about President Barack Obama's race and presumed taste in movies. Rudin said that the private emails were written in haste and the content was intended to be in jest. He apologizes to those that he has offended, reported by Newsday.
All right, we've run out of time. This is WOCA Ocala.
Fox News Radio, I'm Joe Chiaro. The Senate expected to pass it, $1 trillion spending bill to keep the government running. The House narrowly approved it last night.
There may be a lot of Democrats over there feeling a lot of pain and heat from the election that they'll do the right thing. But we'll never know. You never know if you always punt the ball. Sometimes you got to run it, sometimes you got to pass it.
Republican Congressman Matt Salmon of Arizona among those who voted against it. The Senate has 2 days. Too much of a good thing. Much needed rain in California causing flooding and mudslide concerns. Strong winds creating big problems.
The tree fell on the power line and knocked out our power, and we're a law office, so without computers or phones or copiers or anything, it's pretty hard to do anything.
She's in Monterey. Thousands without power in the region as the storm system moves south. And an early morning fire claims 3 lives north of Cincinnati. Fox News, we report, you decide.
Dentist office, may I help you?
Hi, I'd like to cancel my teeth whitening appointment.
May I ask why?
I found a teeth whitener that works in 5 minutes that I can do from home. It's called Power Swabs.
Hi, I'm John Greenhut, and if you want to whiten your teeth 2 shades in 5 minutes and 6 shades in 7 days, then try Power Swabs. Just swab your teeth and you're done. Try Power Swabs risk-free by calling 1-800-663-5922. That's 1-800-663-5922. 1-800-663-5922.
And now, a Golf Miss Carol brought to you by Golfsmith.
On the 12th day of golf, Miss my Golfsmith gave to me 12 Pro V1s, 11 Under Armour's, 10 Golf Tech lessons, 9 Nike pants, 8 Bertha irons, 7 Golfsmith gift cards, 6 Garmin watches, 5 Iron 2.
Come celebrate Golf Miss, happening right now only at Golfsmith.
These 2 Cleveland wedges and a tap-in birdie on a par 3.
Golfsmith, anything for golf.
Each morning, we wake up thankful to live in a free nation with liberty and justice for all. But sometimes those liberties can be put in jeopardy, and you may have questions about what to do or who to call. Let Doc Blanchard of Blanchard, Miriam, Adele, and Kirkland help you find the answers. Attorneys at law since 1974 and located in downtown Ocala. If you have legal issues, don't go it alone. Call 352-732-7218. Blanchard, Miriam, Adele, and Kirkland, helping protect your liberties every day.
Hey, it's Christy with Ocala Mac and PC Repair and Ocala Guest Wi-Fi to let you know we have you covered. We are the only local certified Apple and Microsoft computer company in Ocala. We are family owned and operated. From mobile repair to wireless networks, viruses, new systems, or security cameras, we do it all. Check us out online, ocalamacpc.com, or give us a call, 352-566-8324.
Tell them Nick, Madison, or Mason sent you and get free diagnostic.
Get your internet telephone service from the company that brought affordable internet service to Ocala in the first place. All Is Safe is a sister company of Ocala Guest Wi-Fi, a company you've known and trusted for all your internet needs. Whether you need a phone or hundreds, we've got the products and services to meet your needs both now and in the future. Our plans include everything from local and long-distance calling to equipment maintenance and even software upgrades. You can count on All Is Safe to give you cost certainty knowing that your bill will be the same next week, next month, or even next year. Call 352-450-8647 today to learn how to cut your monthly telephone bill up to 60%.
Who would you feed if you had 50 chicken sandwiches from Chick-fil-A? WOCA and Chick-fil-A in the Paddock Mall have teamed up to reward one organization with 50 chicken sandwiches as a way of saying thanks for the great work that organization is doing in our community. And we need your help. See, there are so many great people doing great things that we need nominations. You can nominate your own organization or any organization you choose. Simply send an email to WOCA@WOCA.com. And in 350 words or less, tell us why the organization you are nominating should receive 50 free chicken sandwiches from WOCA and Chick-fil-A at the Paddock Mall. We'll review your nominations and then select one deserving organization each month. We'll announce the winner and even read the winning entry on the air. Make sure to include the contact name and phone number of the organization that you are nominating. And thanks from your friends at WOCA and Chick-fil-A in the Paddock Mall.
This is the Salvation Army, and I'm Major George Patterson to let you know that the Salvation Army is available 24